Welcome my friends and fans and welcome to the Doom closed beta. I wanted to post a video about the Doom beta a little earlier, but I have so much going on in my life right now. It's been 3 weeks since I posted my last video. Sorry about that. I just barely have time anymore for my hobbies. That will change soon again, but it's just temporary that I have a lot going on. But I made some time today to post a video about this beta because I was able to play quite a bit last night, like a few hours. And I actually had a lot of fun with it. You can see the loadouts right here. So you have like custom loadouts, you have like generated loadouts for Assault Sniper and Ambusher, and then you can have 3 custom loadouts where you can just, customize to your heart's content. And you have also here something called the hack modules. Those are just power-ups that you get every time you die. You can select which one you want, and they're different. They're just different power-ups, different modules. And then you can customize your character, the armor. You can customize the colors. There's 2 colors, and then you can put patterns on. And at the end, your character looks. A lot of characters look really, really tacky, and it'll kind of like some kind of toys, little 5-year-olds play with. So I kind of think it's kind of silly, but at the end when you actually play you don't really see the character. You basically can see yourself at the beginning screen, at the end screen, but during gameplay you don't really see or you don't have time to pay attention to what the characters look like. So this is really not that important to me, but I was still playing around with it just because I wanted to show you kind of what the possibilities here for all of those of you who love customizing to whatever extent. And then we have 2 maps here. We have in Heatwave and Inferno, and we're starting to play at the Heatwave map. This map was also in the alpha gameplay, and we have here the plasma rifle. That's actually a really fun gun. I kind of like that a lot. And then the rocket launcher. That's like one setup I have been running with quite a bit. And I have to say, this game, every time I play it, because of this voiceover that you hear all the time, it reminds me a lot of Unreal Tournament 3, which I played the heck out of it. And so I'm kind of like thinking, when they come out with the other Unreal, they're coming out with a new Unreal Tournament, and I'm just kind of wondering, how close those 2 games are in style and feel and everything, because they feel just so alike. And I was a huge Doom. I played all Doom games, but the thing is, I never played a Doom multiplayer, and I'm not sure if I will necessarily play the multiplayer. I definitely won't get this game for the multiplayer. I'll get this game for the single player, because the single player Doom games actually got me into first person shooters, believe it or not. Those were the first person shooters I ever played, and then right after that I got into Half-Life. And I actually didn't play multiplayer games for the first maybe like 3 years or so. All I played was single player. I didn't even have my Xbox hooked up to the internet. I just played single players, and I had a ton of fun with it. I just bought every single player that had some kind of shooting element in it, and it kind of kept me busy for months and years. And then I slowly got into multiplayer. So Doom got me into first person shooters, but not into multiplayers. So anyway, back to this game. You have like a plasma rifle, which you see me here you mostly use. Then we have a lightning gun with a heavy assault rifle, super shotgun, the rocket launcher, the static rifle, and then there's also a pickup that you find on the map in certain locations. I think there's only like 1 pickup, or at least that's all I saw, and that's a Gauss rifle, a super powerful rifle, literally like 1 shot, 1 kill. And then you have 3 different types of grenades. Well, one of them is not a grenade. You have like a siphon grenade, which kind of just weakens all the enemies that are getting hit by it. That kind of lowers their health. And you have a regular frag grenade, which is super powerful, and I forget about it a lot. But if you remember to throw it, you can actually a lot of times get kills after you die. And then you have the personal teleporter, which you can just quickly teleport yourself if you feel yourself like in an iffy situation where you have like the whole team come after you, or you're surrounded. You can just teleport yourself quickly like behind them or above them and get out of an iffy situation. But obviously that takes all really quick reflexes. And it depends on how good you do in this game, what kind of games you're used to play. If you come from like a game like Battlefield, like I do, and you're not used to this fast-paced action and arcade kind of game, it takes a little bit of time until you kind of get back into the groove. For people who've played like Call of Duty, this is going to be a no big deal because it's very similar, because you can do those jumps and double jumps. You not necessarily can like wall run. I mean, I at least wasn't able to, and I didn't see anyone do any wall runs, even though there are some of those power-ups that I have tried to get with just regular jumps and I wasn't able to get them. So I sometimes wonder if there is some other kind of trick. And you can see I have here like some kind of skill turn on where I can see people through walls. It's a lot similar to like other, arcade shooters. But, at the beginning when I was playing this, I was kind of like, it feels kind of like the same old, especially when you're like a Battlefield player and you feel like there's not much more to do than run around and just kind of shoot people. But I have to say, it gets really, really addictive quickly and you just can't help yourself and you just kind of want to do another match and another match and another match. And even though in this beta there's literally just 2 maps and they look very similar to each other, I hope that they're going to have some different maps. They're not all looking the same, because I think after a while it gets kind of stale having the same, because those 2 maps that I'm playing right here, I feel like they're almost, you can almost not differentiate the ones from each other, and that had me actually many times jump into my death and commit suicide accidentally, not on purpose obviously, because I just was kind of thinking I'm in the other map and I jumped into the wrong direction. I ended up in the hot lava or just fell down some kind of other holes. You have to be very, very careful. You can definitely fall here quickly or jump in the wrong direction and basically kill yourself in a snap, and that's super annoying. But I guess once you really get to know the maps, you'll know which corners to avoid, and because it's very, very easy that the enemies basically push you into a corner and you have no other choice than kind of jump away, and then fall into this hot lava or whatever. So for me, it's like I've played this game for hours and I still don't really know the map. So I think it will take a long time. And also a lot of corners of this map are super, super dark and you can't really see. I mean, you could probably turn up the brightness, but I feel it takes away the mood of the map. It's supposed to be kind of scary and devilish. And that's why I'm not quite sure. Look at that, I'm finally becoming the demon. I have not really found out how you really can. Some people always are the demon. They just know how to. I don't know. First I thought you had to have a certain types of kills, like a kill streak, and that doesn't seem to be true, because I've had people that were equal. Their death kill ratio was like equally, like it was like 17 and 17. So I knew they didn't, but they had like tons of demon kills. So I was like, okay, so see, I just killed myself. I basically tried to get away from the enemy and I didn't know there was nothing behind me and I jumped to my death because I could have had a lot more kills otherwise. But I only was demon maybe like 3 times out of like 50 games. I just couldn't figure out the whole time. I could not figure out how you become the demon, and I just accidentally became the demon. The 2 other times, this one time here that you just saw, I saw this like sphere all of a sudden and I didn't even know what it was. I just ran into it and all of a sudden I was the demon. And then the other 2 times I actually killed the demon and I became the demon. So I think there's those 2 ways, and I think those fears, you just have to know where they are, and I still don't know really where they are. And even now that I actually found one of the spheres, I don't think I will be able to find it again, and most of the time probably if you are right at the location of the sphere, it won't be there because someone already has taken it and is the demon. So I don't know how you can probably find YouTube videos where you can find the exact locations of those spheres, or instructions on how to become the demon. Because obviously everyone always wants to be the demon because you can easily get killed as a demon. You're so super powerful. But then it was another time where I was a demon and I got killed like instantly because I had 5 people literally like shoot me at the same time with very powerful weapons. I couldn't even get out of my corner. I'm super cornered. So, you know, it is easy to kill the demon if you play as a team, as scary as the demon is. And don't try to run away from it, because the quicker you can kill the demon, the much more chance you have to win the match. Because the demon, if you just try to run away from the demon and everyone else does that, then the demon will survive for a really, really long time and do really huge damage, meaning you definitely will lose the match. So you have to always attack the demon. Just at least try to get him killed. And you know, even if you're the only one doing damage to the demon, you can, you know, you die and then you go back and do more damage, and you can definitely kill him and do your team a super favor, and you get a ton of points for it too, and awards and whatnot and bonuses. And I mean, it's definitely rewarding. So just try to kill him, and maybe you can actually have some good maneuvers and try to like damage him and still get away unharmed. So if you're really good at it. And here I'm using a lightning gun. I actually had a lot of success with that lightning gun, and it's kind of funny. I did never use my left trigger finger until like way later in the night, and I realized that you have actually secondary fire if you use your left trigger finger, and sometimes, or always, I guess, those are much powerful shots, even though they, you know, they kind of have a timer on them, so you have to wait until the weapon reloads. And I guess this was just our demon here. And I don't know, sometimes you have two demons. You have like your own team's demon and some other demon up, and it gets just really crazy. See here, I'm trying to damage him, and he gets me, but I don't give up. So I hope you enjoyed this little introduction of the Doom closed beta. I'm sure we're gonna soon get like an open beta, and then everyone can play, and hopefully then we see some more maps. And until then, thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.